Hey everyone, welcome to this week's crypto update. So this week I want to start off by going over some really good news for Bitcoin, further adoption that I think was way overlooked earlier this week. Then I want to get into what to expect for the ETH Merge, or just want to give a general update on that, and a potential airdrop that people might be getting. So I want to get into that after Bitcoin. And the news for Bitcoin is that in Russia, the Bank of Russia and the Ministry of Finance there agreed that basically Bitcoin is a good solution to international payment. There hasn't been any official agreement or saying that they're definitely going to use Bitcoin for international trade. But back in March, when the U.S. actually froze Russian assets that's being housed in the United States, they kind of teased the idea of that. They said we're open to selling natural gas and things like that for gold or Bitcoin. So they actually brought it up back then, and I see this as an extension of that. So overall, this just reinforces the primary use case for Bitcoin, which is being able to transact money outside of the financial system. And people see Bitcoin as a currency. That's one way to see it, but I think that Bitcoin should be seen primarily as a decentralized, non-censorable payment network that just happens to have its own native currency, which of course is the Bitcoin cryptocurrency. So I think that this gives even more validity to the actual Bitcoin payment network. I think that it's inevitable down the road that we're going to see a lot of countries start to adopt this. I would say within the next couple of years. And something that got way overlooked as well last month was that Iran actually made a purchase. They actually bought imports with Bitcoin. They said it was, I believe, around $10 million. I think that news was pretty well covered up. I didn't actually see anything about it at the time until more recently, but that was definitely a huge step in the right direction for Bitcoin, as being a way for countries that have things like sanctions, embargoes, asset freezes, things like that. These countries and eventually everyone is going to be able to benefit from the Bitcoin payment network, and of course the coin as well. So in a bear market, I know it can be hard to look on the bright side of things, but I think that this was some huge news, really good for the furthering adoption of Bitcoin. And so I just wanted to get it out there because, again, Bitcoin under 20,000, people are being impatient, getting kind of discouraged with the price, and I totally understand that. Nobody ever said, of course, that the Bitcoin ups and downs are going to be easy to ride, but I'm still holding on. I haven't sold any, and I think that it's going to be one of the best investments that you can make right now. If I had to go all in on one asset, stock, real estate, commodities, whatever, I would choose Bitcoin personally. That's how much faith I have in it, and I think it's going to be, the adoption is only going to speed up from here. So just wanted to get that news out there. For Ethereum, the merge is coming up. It's expected between the 13th and 15th now. So by the time you watch the video next week, the merge should have already happened, hopefully. And it's not based on time. That's why there's not a set date. It's actually based on the overall difficulty of the network, which in plain speak is just the cumulative amount of, I guess, energy that's ever been put into the mining Ethereum coins or Ether. So that is expected to be here mid to late next week. So that is some very good news. Obviously, the merge has all kinds of great implications, especially for the supply and demand going forward for Ethereum. And I just wanted to go over something that's been developing you may or may not have heard of, and that is the Ethereum proof of work fork that is going to probably happen at the same time as the merge. So just to give a quick overview of what a fork is, it's basically when there's a disagreement or separation within the community for a blockchain. Part of that community goes one way, basically creates a clone of the blockchain. Some examples of this are Bitcoin Cash being forked from Bitcoin, as well as hundreds of other Bitcoin forks. And more pertinently to Ethereum, Ethereum Classic was actually the original Ethereum blockchain. The current blockchain known as Ethereum was actually a fork from that. So the network was basically cloned, and then people ran with the new one due to a big hack that happened back in 2016. Of course, Ethereum Classic still exists, but at the time of the fork, they were the same exact blockchain. It's just that the what's known as Ethereum now, the community decided to create a clone to get the money back that had been lost in the big DAO hack back in 2016. So the way things are going, it looks like the miners that are mining Ethereum right now, because of course after the merge it's going to be proof of stake, no more miners. The way to validate the blockchain overall is just going to be holding 32 or more Ethereum in a validator node. And so there won't be any place for the miners. Well, the miners obviously are going to still want to do something with the Ethereum network. They're still going to want to have that income of actually mining Ethereum tokens. So they are probably going to fork the network, create a proof of work clone of Ethereum after the merge. So again, after the merge, Ethereum's going proof of stake, and I think they're going to create a clone of it that's proof of work. They've been pretty clear about that, and actually the guy that was a big influence on Ethereum Classic, Chandler Guo, is heading the effort to create this fork. So I think that they're likely going to do that. The implications of that are that if you own Ethereum tokens and they do have the fork and they create their own Ethereum proof of work version, the holders of Ethereum, ETH, are going to probably get an airdrop of the proof of work token, because more than likely the blockchain that is proof of work is going to have its own version of the Ethereum token. And so now that there's going to be two different networks, one proof of work chain, one proof of stake chain, they're going to what's called airdrop the proof of work token. I think the ticker symbol is going to be ETHW. That's going to be given essentially for free to all of the current Ethereum holders on the new proof of stake chain. So basically, if that does happen, if there is an airdrop, every Ethereum holder is going to get a new coin for free. So it's essentially kind of free money, and I think it's going to be used to incentivize people to adopt the Ethereum proof of work chain over the proof of stake chain. Just to be clear, I don't think that that's going to happen. I think from what I've seen, every single project, not only in Ethereum but in crypto, like Coinbase, Circle, some of the other big companies have explicitly said that they're not going to really support the proof of work chain. But the coin, the airdrop, is a separate issue. So if you're using a centralized exchange like Coinbase or Kraken or FTX or Binance or whatever, those exchanges are going to have to approve the airdrop for you, which is just an unfortunate reality when it comes to centralized services. Essentially, they have the power to block a payment transfer to their customers. If you're using something like MetaMask or a different kind of wallet, maybe even Coinbase wallet, although I'm not sure about that, don't quote me on that, but you'll probably just be able to get the proof of work coin in there and then do whatever you want with it. You can sell it, you can hold on to it if you think proof of work chain is going to survive, and not only survive but actually do well. For now, there's actually a derivative of the ETHW token that is trading. So it's kind of like a futures market. People are essentially just speculating on what they think this coin is going to be worth. That's gone down significantly in the past couple of weeks. I think it's trading at like $26 a coin right now. So, and another thing to point out is that if you have, one Ethereum, you're going to get one ETHW coin. If you have 5 Ethereum, you're going to have 5 ETHW coins. So they're supposed to be equal. The fact that Ethereum's at like 1,600 and the ETHW coin's at 26 says pretty much how people think that this fork is going to do, which is not well at all. And I personally agree with that. I think that if people want to go mine a version of Ethereum, they're not going to choose the current fork, the proof of work fork that's going to happen after the merge. They're just going to go mine Ethereum Classic, the ETC token. Why I'm holding out hope that centralized exchanges are actually going to let their users have the ETHW coin is because all of them offer ETC, Ethereum Classic. So they all support that fork, or the original proof of work Ethereum chain. So my thought is, why would they not support, or at least have the coin available for the new one as well? If and of course I can't tell you exactly what to do. I can't give financial advice, but I can tell you what I would do, and that is if we do get the ETHW coin, I would probably just sell it ASAP. I think that's what a lot of people would do, and for that reason, I would do it as well, just because the chances of it surviving, especially if so many people are just going to sell it immediately, are slim to none. And like I said, a lot of crypto projects, like every single DeFi project, pretty much every infrastructure project, like Chainlink, obviously that's a big one. They're all supporting the proof of stake chain after the merge. None of these crypto native projects are supporting the proof of work chain, and so I just don't see a world in which it survives. If it was the only Ethereum proof of work chain, then maybe I could see a way that it survives. But there's already Ethereum Classic out there. If you want to use Ethereum technology and you want a proof of work chain, you use Ethereum Classic. That's just how it is, and that's how I think it's going to continue to be. So just wanted to give an update on the merge. ETHW, if you do get that coin in the airdrop, personally I would sell. That's all I'm going to say. But I'm going to give updates on this. Just make sure that you take a look at next week's email, because by that time, again, the merge is going to be out. So check out the Substack next week for updates on that. And of course, I'll have a YouTube video as well. So that is it for this week. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on Wednesday for the stock and macro update. So I will see everybody then. Thanks again for watching.